Hey Lizard Circus fans, it's Dictator Joe talking to you for what will probably be one of the last times in a good long time, which is sad because it's been a long time since I last spoke to you. You can all read, I think, so you probably know what this video is about. I'm saying goodbye. Yes, after 4 years of YouTube poop, I think I have finally burned out. Well, let's be real, I burned out in February, and it's taken up until now to admit it. Now, with that started, let's get this BlueCast rolling. In YouTube Poop news, come on guys, it wouldn't be a final BlueCast if I didn't pretend that I had actual news to tell you. So to answer some questions that will probably be spinning in folks' heads for a while, what's going to happen to the little dragons? Well, clearly you care enough to notice that the forum's already closed. Smonge is in the process of archiving it so that you'll see our triumphs, failures, and silliness forever and ever. Are you ever going to be here again? As you cross your fingers and hope that your initial suspicion is correct. Sadly, no, I'll be back. Oh, yeah, I will be here again. Sorry, I said that wrong. This is going in one take, by the way. I started a poop a week ago, and it may never be finished, but it just goes to show you that I will probably be overcome with the urge to make a vid again. I'll also check in on stuff every now and again because I love you guys. What's going to happen to the Lizard Circus? Well, you see these two men right here? No, you don't. I didn't change anything on the screen. How are you supposed to see it? Go down to the description of the video. You see these links right here? FX Expert and Sonic Outlaw will be your new head clowns. They are the men in charge, and they are going to make this channel better than I ever could. They both have different outlooks on YouTube Poop than what I've been shoveling to you for the past 3 freaking years through this godforsaken web series. I cannot talk today. And they'll be bringing you even more shows so that you'll be entertained. I don't know if anyone's going to take over for me as the BlueCast man. I mean, after all, who could consistently have no idea what their show is about while still making 12 episodes of it? Like, seriously, what is the BlueCast? If you know what you watch this show for, like, oh, well, look, a BlueCast, he's probably going to be talking about, then leave your answers in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, no, that's not the end joke. I just want to talk briefly, yes, actually briefly, about how this has been a hell of a ride. And everyone who's watched this show and had their input, you guys are the reason I've had so much fun doing this. I appreciate everyone I've ever had the pleasure to meet in this genre, and you've all been wonderful. Now that being said, I cannot thank all of you, and there are people that I just want to thank because they've been so helpful to me over the years that they just deserve it. There's so many other people who I can't thank right now, even though I should, and I'm sorry for this. But I want to thank the 4 people who have made this journey possible. First of all, Sir Smeargle, or Lord Smeargle. You've been a great and silent help since incredibly early on in TLD's journey, and you've been a good friend to me even before that. I've been so glad to be a judge in your contests, and it's been great having you as a mod on TLD and everything you've done to help out our cause. Everybody seems to think of the TLD squad of being Duck, Smonge, Doom, and myself, and they just have no idea that you've been there through it all, as big a part of it as anyone else, and you never get the appreciation you deserve, so I just want to thank you. Next, Duck. Like, what do you say about Duck? He was literally the fire of TLD. No, not literally, he's not on fire. I don't think anyone would have really given a shit about our little forum if it weren't for the fact that he cared so much about YouTube at the time, and all of us really admired that fire in him. He was a hilarious man, and I'm still so salty about him getting banned on YouTube, even though he's been unbanned. It was pure BS, and you all know it. But for real, TLD would be a little emptier, actually a lot emptier, without his presence and Pressurers. And Pressurers is basically a more radical version of him. The man has been one of my closest friends in this business, and still is. I cannot thank him enough for this. Sponger! Smonge! What can I say about him that I haven't already praised him for yet? Even though I don't do it enough. I am like half certain that 90% of every good idea I ever had for TLD in our group was really something I just stole from him and like, hey guys, look at this idea I had. He was seriously my rock, supporting me when I couldn't find the reason to keep going, and whacking me over the head when I got out of control. This guy had to deal with my ship 24/7, and I have no idea how he managed without trying to murder me. I would have. Like, TLD would have ended at the Webs Forum in March of 2012 if it weren't for him. That's not an exaggeration. There would have been basically nothing left. It would have been me and Duck talking, and we could have just done that over Skype. So TLD would be gone. He was always the more reasonable half of me, and just one of the best friends I ever had during this time. And lastly, of course, you will mod. I mean, where would we be without him spamming WTF and O_O? I might actually have some hairs not ripped out of my head if he didn't go off and do goofy and stupid things. Just kidding, you will. You know I freaking love you. But seriously, you know, guys, it's Doom Zappo. I've said this like 3 times. There would not be a TLD without this guy. But in this particular case, I mean, there would literally not have been the Little Dragons Forum. For real. You think I'd ever hatch the idea of being able to build a YouTube community in 2011? No, I was a dumbass freshman in high school. I thought the idea of a YouTube forum was silly. Let's all just comment on each other's channels. He basically brought a whole community together and held it together with strong leadership and a great view of what YouTube could be. Without him, the rest of us would have never been nearly as inspired to chase our dreams. He's been a fantastic friend, and I just want to say fuck time zones for keeping us from having as many conversations as we should have. So that's that. Of course, I couldn't name everybody who really deserves my thanks, but if you're watching this, chances are I have a lot to thank you for. So just props to you for making me a better person in this community and in real life. YouTube Poop is serious business, whether you like to admit it or not. Because this community has caused me to grow and learn so much that it's ridiculous. You should always do you in YouTube Poop. If there's only one thing you learn from me, stay true to yourself. That's how you'll have fun, and that's how you'll make friends and learn things that will stay with you forever. So that's it. This is Dictator Joe, guys. And this has been the last BlueCast ever! Until I come back eventually in a year and guys, check this out. But seriously, I'm gonna miss you guys. Goodbye.
Prepubescent churros!